and welcome to the Hired Gun Podcast with your host, the Hired Gun. First, like, subscribe, share. So, how y'all doing, y'all? So, we was talking about injuries and getting hurt before Mania, right? Well, Chelsea hurt, and it's worse than what we expected, because at first it was supposed to be a bad sprain. But nah, she broke her bone. She broke her bone. She's out for like 3 months. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean about getting hurt. So no one can tell me that Chelsea ain't out there trying to prove her worth even more now. Especially after what Michael Hayes said about her. So no, even though she just signed another new contract, so like people know her worth to an extent, right? But but uh, she went out there and she worked her ass off. Even though she was gonna get pinned, she was gonna get pinned because Last Legend, hey, they can't prove that people were Last Legend, and then protect Last Legend, and Tiffany was gonna win. So you know, like she was taking the pin because some people rather hear the bitch about Chelsea than bitch about burning Last Legend. So they wasn't gonna burn Tiffany, even though Tiffany's not gonna win. Yeah, well, well, let me not say that. Let me not say Tiffany's not gonna win the elimination chamber. Let me not say that because that's not true. That's not true. That's not true because if all fails with Bianca, which they say she's gonna be in at Mania, some ship or fashion of it, and we know Jay's not beating. I mean Jordan Grace is not beating Jade. Just right there. That's not happening. Like we know this, right? So so it's just gonna be different. Tiffany might win, and Tiffany might get her rematch. Then that's how it's looking. All right, because Jay's gonna walk in as champ. She's not leaving as champ. Nah, I think the E realized that what we get from Jay is what we get from Jay. Like they don't see her as a megastar anymore. They tried. It ain't working. And there's no shade on Jade. Like she's good at certain things. Like she is, and long drawn out matches is not one of them. Her remembering her spots is not one. Like I don't want to take this to a route that I don't need to take. But JJ's walking in as champ, and she's not leaving as champ. Now, I say she's not a mega star. She's a superstar. Yes, yes. And we're still gonna get Charlotte versus Jade eventually because everybody still want to see that. You know. Um. Uh. So but it's such that Chelsea Green's hurt. And uh, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks because you know she was out to prove that she, even though even though she said even though she said she know her ceiling already. Like after somebody said that, you want to prove them wrong, right? Like you want to prove them wrong and show them that they're wrong, you know. And she went out there and she get a coast to coast. I think we need to stop doing coast to coast stuff. Because I can't ballpark where she got hurt at because she finished the match. She worked through it still and finished the match. All right, so I can't tell you where she ended up hurting herself, but it's probably when she did the coast to coast. Same with Seth did the coast to coast. And then he got hurt. He hurt the shoulder. All right. Um, Let me get this Logan Paul thing out of the way. Like he's an athlete. He is an athlete, a great athlete. I don't think he can play football. I don't. I don't. He got into it with Tom Brady recently, like a couple days ago, and they got heated. And they got heated. He got heated all of a sudden and stuff. And listen. Uh, Jake Paul, Logan Paul is gonna feel how you want to feel by his athletes, him being an athlete. Now, do I like that Brady said, yeah, what you do is cute? Yeah, I don't like that. So Tom can't do what uh, Logan Paul can do. Tom can't be a wrestler. He can't. Like, he can't. So he can say all that good stuff all he wants. He can't like and Logan Paul can't be a football player, and Tom Brady can't be a wrestler. Ain't no way around that. Right? Maybe when he was younger, right? But you know, just want to see my piece on that on that situation. Watched some AEW last night. Good show. Good show. Good show. I so let me be clear when I say this, alright? Because I don't want people to think I'm knocking uh I'm knocking AEW. I don't want people to think that I didn't like the match last night with uh Tommaso Ciampa and Frazier. All right, because I did. I did. I enjoyed it. It was the best match on the card. I enjoyed it. But if the point is to show off Tommaso Ciampa and give him the TNT title, right? If this is the goal to push him, push him. Don't. And I'm not saying Tommaso Ciampa got burned last night. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But the goal was to push him, right? And the goal was to put the belt on him. Put the belt on him, man. Don't put the belt on him and take it off 2 weeks later. Nah, nah. Like at that point, like we know what you were trying to do. Like you was trying to do what the E do, right? What they did with um Ricky Saint, right? And they gave him the North American title, right? And then they gave him the NXT title, World War title, right? And then Ethan Page got the Ethan Page got the he got the NXT War title, right? Like when he first got there, right? And then now he's the longest North American uh, champion right now. Right? So I get what you were trying to do. And I'm not saying every title needs to be a long reign title. I'm not saying that either. But it needs to be longer than what it was. Like what was the point of doing that if you was gonna take the belt just right off him and give it to Fletcher? And I get it that for like Fletcher is he's the face. I mean the future, right? But I kind of wish he was going for a different title, and not just look him back in the TNT title picture. Like I wish he was going for the war title, and I understand that that's crowded right now, but still now. But I I don't feel like I don't think they burned Tommaso Ciampa, but I do feel like I do feel like the title ring should have been longer. It should have been longer, in my opinion. Uh, Tekka won the women's title last night, which I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Now, uh, um, hold on a minute, hold on, because I want to get the name right when I say this. I want to get the name right, so hold on. Let me. You know, I also got to get into some MJF stuff. I mean, maybe Friday I will. I mean, maybe on the weekend I will. Nah, it won't be now. It won't be now, cause I have to listen to that. I gotta listen to the interview to see uh what y'all said, and I'm on here kind of early today. I really am, but we will see. We will see. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. I'm trying to. The easy way to use this still here. Hold on, man. Then I gotta talk about Brody King. Yeah, there's one thing I gotta talk about is Brody King and how uh they kind of stuck in a hard place when with him. Yeah, kind of stuck in a hard place with him right now. Hold on, y'all. So let me talk about Brody King right quick. So last night, Brody King wasn't on the show last night, right? And then at first, I heard about a fan not being allowed in the stadium because of his Brody King shirt. That that was because it was like it had something to say about Ice in a negative way, right? Then I found out today that Brody King wasn't allowed on the show last night. Like Brody King wasn't allowed on the show last night because they was afraid what was gonna happen with the crowd. Now, if you don't know what happened with the crowd like last week with Brody King, they were saying "fuck Ice," right? And that started a commotion, and they were worried about
Happy Black History.
they were worried about homeless.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is what wrestling is about. He could have waited. He could have waited to the pay per view, make more money, make it a bigger match. But having a new AEW Women's Champion crowned on Dynamite for the fans who pay their hard-earned money, want to see a good show, that was great, and it was a good match too. I don't know if you like strap matches like that, but this was Chris Statlander, man.
Okay, so if you don't know what happened with Rory King, the crowd was saying "fuck Ice," and when they were saying that, uh, he got a reaction from everybody, including MJF, right? Right. So somebody higher up kept Rory King off television because they were afraid what was gonna happen. All right, and you don't want to rub Trump the wrong way. That's what it was. Now, hey, listen. So you can't keep him all off forever. That's gonna happen again because Brody has told y'all before how he feels about that situation, right? So what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So Chris Statlander. So when you think about her title run, so hear me out here. She's beating. She's beating. Um. She's beating Monet. Right. 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 When they went for the award title. All right. She's beaten Tekla one time, and then she lost to her. Right. She's beaten. What's her name? The fuck is her name? The fuck is her name? Hold on. She's beating Timeless Tony Storm. She's beating who was that she beating? And JD Harwell. Alright? So the resume is there. But how she's portrayed, it felt like they didn't know what to do with her. And then, she even said in the interview that she wanted the belt, but she felt out of place. Like, she felt out of place. She felt like she didn't know what she was doing in the main event this year. And it felt like they punished her for saying that, you know? Um, but, but, good show. I know it seems like I'm complaining about the title picture, I mean, the stuff, but, like, good for the people who won the belts, alright? Alright, alright, Kyle Fletcher, he's the future. And I think he should be higher up on the chain and pass the TNT award title. I mean TNT picture. That's all. Uh, Jamie Hayter, not Jamie Hayter. I understand you wanted a shock value with the women's title, and congratulations to Tekla because the fact that she her and her and Ricochet were talking so much junk. Now, and I get it. You're getting paid by TNA. You're getting paid by Tony Khan. So you gotta say whatever you gotta say to put that brand over. All right, like you do. So I had a feeling she was gonna win last night. How long? No clue. I and speaking of Ricochet, let me talk about him before I gotta go. I so again he's a hypocrite. So because he said something about not he doesn't care about winning titles, which he has a title. Then he came on yesterday, and he said like the biggest complaint about AEW is all the titles they have. Right? That is the biggest complaint to a lot of people. right? So when he was asked about the titles, I had too many titles. He said no. He doesn't feel that way, right? So what was he supposed to say? Yeah, guarantee you, if he would have said some stupid shit like that, he would have lost that belt last night. So he's supposed to say that, like, like he's he's supposed to say say that because he's protecting his brand. He's protecting his paycheck. He's protecting his TV time, even though he wasn't on TV last night. But he's protecting his TV brand, right? He's loyal to them, like he's loyal to AEW, all right. And this is why he has no uh he has no reason to not burn bridges with WWE. Cause he ain't going back there, and he know he ain't going back there. Like he like so he can feel the way he want to feel. He can feel like they tarnish his legacy, and he because he ain't going back there. Like he's not. Like you can tell he's not going back. He rather be in AEW or be in the indie scene than to go back to WWE. Like there's a couple people that I know ain't never going back to the E, and he one of them. Him and John Moxley will never go back to the E. They won't. They won't. They won't. I got a real good feeling he ain't trying to either. You know, I mean, you can tell by the way he talk how he feel, right? Like like you know, and every day he got something else to say about them. Now he throwing out names, like names of people that that feel the way he feel. But bro, they signed new contracts. And the people you named signed new contracts. Uh, Finn, Sammy, all signed new contracts. More than one. So they can't really feel how you guarantee they can't feel how the way you feel. So let me talk about something else very quick before I get off. Um, TNA tonight. I want to watch that. You know, I got time to watch it now. But who was I gonna talk about? It went like that real fast. Um, I don't know. I don't know. All right, but I'm gonna end the show with that. I'm gonna end the show with that because of the fact that I can't remember what I was gonna talk about. And don't need this to be a long episode. But make sure you gotta like, subscribe, share. Make sure you gotta watch wrestling. I should have some. I should have some more stuff out pretty soon. Uh, Make sure y'all watch Defense. Make sure y'all watch New Breed. New episodes will be coming out pretty soon for that too. I'll be back on Saturday. Make sure you got like, subscribe, share. This is the Hired Gun Podcast. This is the Hired Gun. God bless. Love y'all. I'm out.